On September 6th, 2020, I lost 300,000 Kenya shillings. 300,000 gone. Just like that. Words cannot describe how I felt. It was devastating. This was money I had invested in a money market fund. And at the time, they had promised me high interest and high liquidity. And they'd also promised that should I wish to withdraw my money, I will be able to do so within 2 to 3 business days. And that was all the security I needed as a low-risk investor. Because just imagine this. Here you have a bank giving you 4%. And then you have a money market giving you 11%. I can withdraw my money from the bank. I can withdraw my money from the money market. But this one has higher interest. Which one would you go for? Then, fast forward to February 2020, the fund was put on a moratorium. I had no idea what moratorium meant at that time. So I came to learn that it meant the funds were frozen, but they're still safe. So that gave me the encouragement to just wait because they assured me that the money will be safe with them. So I patiently waited for the moratorium period to end. And fast forward 6 months later, the worst happened. Apparently, they had made an investment in Nakumat, an investment which lost them billions of shillings. And as a result, this fund had been impaired. So that meant we could not withdraw our money. And just like that, it was all gone with the wind. It was shocking, it was devastating, and it was painful because I trusted them and I was blinded by flamboyant marketing. So I was to be blamed in this case because I didn't really do my research properly. But as painful as it was, I just had to pick myself, learn from this loss, and consider this 300,000 the school fees I paid for getting the financial education on how to protect my money. Because going forward, I will be extremely cautious. I will take my time before investing in anything. I will do extensive research before committing to anything. And above all, I will diversify my portfolio because you all know what happens when you put all your eggs in one basket. Now, for this to happen to someone like me, it's quite a paradox because I happen to be extremely risk averse. I wouldn't say I like making losses. I even feel a pinch when the conductor does not give me back my change in the matatu. Even if that change is just 30 shillings, I feel that pinch. I've been keeping an expense tracker for the last 5 years, and I track all my expenses diligently on an Excel sheet. I keep all the receipts, be it even just Kuma Wiki I bought or a transaction cost of 11 shillings. I write down all my expenses. And don't get me started on those transaction costs because you'll spend 15 shillings here and then 30 shillings there and then 60 shillings here. Before you know it, you have a tall bill of transaction costs. So I must always know where all my money goes. I have my personal balance sheet, my personal profit and loss account. And if someone was to wake me up in the middle of the night and ask me, what is your net worth? I will have the answers right at my fingertips. My financial education was very structured. It had to be 50% on bills, 30% on savings, and then 20% for leisure. It always had to follow that order. And if I did not budget to contribute towards your harambe or your wedding committee, then it will just have to wait until the next season because failure to plan is planning to fail. And I always believed that as any young adult, there are 3 things you simply cannot do without: an emergency fund, a savings fund for your future children, and a leisure fund. An emergency fund really comes in handy, and it can contain anything from your 3-month salary to 1-year salary. That way, should you happen to be jobless for a certain period of time, then you'll have this money to fall back on while you wait to recover. So it's really a good one to have, and you can place it in an interest earning account so that as the time money of value grows, also the money grows. So it's a good one to have. And then a leisure fund. I really like this one, and I want to throw a question back to you, Toastmasters on this. Do you consider your friends to be wasteful when they take trips to Diani, Watamu, or even Dubai? Do you consider them to be wasteful?
No.
Okay, I'm glad to have this answer because for just 1,000 shillings set aside each month, you could afford yourself the holiday of your dreams every year. I've come to learn that Kenya has a pool of well-experienced travel agents who are very much willing to work within your budget. If you just have 30 shillings, they'll create a holiday for you for just 30,000 shillings. So that 1,000 is enough to get you the holiday of your dreams. And the final one is a savings fund for your future children, even if you do not have children. You can just have this money in an interest earning account somewhere. Again, the time value of money. So even if you end up never having children, it's okay because you'll have more money for your vacations or you'll have more money for your investment. So either way, it's a win-win situation. So having said that, and with all that in mind, whatever happened with the money market fund was simply a poor decision on my end, and it's a mistake that I wouldn't want someone else to go through. So if you want to know more about what exactly happened, feel free to talk to me. But sometimes that's just how life goes. Sometimes you win some, sometimes you lose some. It's not a straight